Hi guys, this is pallabghosal with you once again, and with a pretty interesting video I'm going to shot for you today. Now if you have come to this particular video, there are high chances that you are looking for extra sources of income, probably from online, and then this video is perfect suit for you. Now before I go to this particular video, let me just introduce you myself in a much more deeper manner. Now, as you might be knowing by now that I was, before coming to this industry, I was into a corporate job. I was a human resource or HR person, doing pretty well for myself in the corporate environment, climbing up the corporate ladder. And my only goal or my only ambition at that point of time was to go higher up and be at some position to where I was seeing my boss at that point of time. And one day in the evening I was having a conversation with my boss, a very thorough professional person in the industry, a very good human being too. And when I was having a talk with him, I just realized over the period of time that I was working at that point of time somewhere between 8 to 10 hours every day, sacrificing a lot of my other stuff. Now this gentleman, who was almost twice in age with me, he was working probably 14 to 16 hours per day, with a lot of tension, a lot of anxiety, high blood pressure, and all this kind of stuff. Now that time I was staying away from my home, away from my parents, and I used to come back to my hometown once in a year because of the flight expenditure and all. And he used to go back to his family once in every 2 years. Now at that point of time, I was partially broke. Why I mean? Because I was living from paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. Every month after 25th of the month, I used to get scared even to enter an ATM. Why? Because there was no money left in the bank. And even if I withdraw some money, I never used to take out that withdrawal slip from the ATM machine. There was an option which used to come, would you like to take a receipt? And I was always no. So just take the money and go out. So that was my lifestyle. And this gentleman, who was my boss, a very successful so-called quote unquote professional, he was living in a super negative kind of a scenario. Why? Because he had his house loan, his car loan, his children's educational loan on his head. All right. So his scenario was even much more worse than I was having financially. So the thing which stuck in my mind, like the bulb just went on, is that whom am I following? What am I aspiring in my life? And that point of time I started thinking that I might need to go in the other direction. I might need to follow a different path. And from that particular point of view, I started to build my own business, and this is where I am today, building my online businesses. So that's a long story short. Now, having said that, a lot of people who are frustrated with their job, they start thinking their own business. Okay. Now let me go back to my famous whiteboard. Now when you start to build any kind of business, what is the first thing you need? The first thing, or the number one thing which you need, is obviously capital. Any business, starting from a boutique to a nice restaurant, any part of the world, you will definitely need to invest at least $20,000 to say $100,000 to $1 million. But I'll be conservative. At least $20,000 to $100,000 you need to even start any kind of business. Okay. Number two, the second thing you need is to have a space or an office. Okay. So once you need to have a business, you need to impress your clients. You need to have a good office for your business. So anywhere in the world, depending upon your location, you will be spending say $4,000 to $6,000 or $4,000 a month for the office space rental. Then what do you need? Okay. Then what you need is, of course, to give your time. Now, how much time you will give on a daily basis? Probably 12 hours to 14 hours per day. Why? Because you need to set up your business. You are the boss of your own business. Now, once you do that, what you do, you will be setting up a market for your business. Now this market which you will be building with your client, building up rapport, will obviously be a local market, of course, because you have to set up in your own area. So for example, if you are into a boutique, so you will build a business which is into your own area first, then you'll try to expand the business. So probably you'll be building a local market, and then once you are building a business, will you have competition around your business? Of course, yes. You will be having very high amount of competition, because your competition are always eating up at your market share. They are always at your customers' mind share. They are always providing high quality products than you are providing with a lower cost. So you will have competition coming from all the sides into your business. All right. Now, having seen all these kind of things, can you run a business without having employees? Of course, you need to have employees, and if you have employees, you need to pay them salary every month. Okay, so it doesn't really matter whether you are into whether you are making profit or not. If you are into a brick and mortar business, you have to give your employees salary on a monthly basis. Now, in this particular scenario, what is the risk of running your business? Now, in my opinion, the risk is obviously 100%. Why? Because you have invested all your capital. Probably you are gone there and you have taken a bank loan for your business. So once you have taken a bank loan, you have to pay back to your bank. You have taken an office space. You're giving your full time for the business. So your risk is definitely 100%, if nothing more than that. Now, will your business involve paperwork? Yep, ask any businessman. A lot of paperwork. You have to go through all these filings, the Form C is depending upon your country and your rules and regulations. Do you have to pay taxes to the government? Yes, you have to pay the taxes. And is there hazard in the business? Hazard means do you face local political police interferences in the business? And if you are into a country where there is nothing like this, you are lucky, but if you are in a country like India, definitely you have to go through a lot of hazards like this in the business. So having gone through all these things, so what an employee usually thinks that, heck, let me be in my job, because who will go through all these 10 different parameters of hassle even to start up a business? So this thinking to start a business is also something which can paranoid your mind. But let me tell you some business where you can start a business with no capital, okay, with zero investment. If we can do so, will there be any risk in the business? No, there is zero risk, because there is no capital. That means there is no risk. Will you need a space or will you need an office? No. You need a little bit of space into your mind to take a positive decision that yes, I can be positive, I can think in a positive manner, and yes, I can do that. Time. Would you have to give your full time? No. You can build it part-time without leaving your present job or business. You can start giving 1-2 hours of time which you are wasting anyway by watching TV or having popcorn, being in the movie hall. You can give that part-time in this business, and you can start building this business step by step in your wasted time. How big will be your market? Your market is global, because with the power of internet, you can build your business from Hong Kong to Honolulu to Hawaii. You don't have any global boundary. You can build it anywhere across the world. Competition. There is no competition, because the people, like I am today giving the presentation, I am your source of inspiration, your help. So there is no competition. We replace the word with something called cooperation, because this is the only business wherein we will be helping you, we will teach you how you can become successful. Unlike a traditional business where you will be having competition and threat from all the sources, but here we will help you how we can become successful, because we want your success story to be out of there. Now obviously, if you don't have any employees to be employed, there is no salary out there, and there is no paperwork, because of e-commerce, everything is done online. The company does all the filings for you, and there is no tax hassle for you. The company again does it for you, and obviously because it's online, there is no hassle or there is no hazard of building a business. Now guys, if you find a business like this, Will you be interested in starting off? I believe yes, why not? If you can build something with more capital by giving a part-time effort, by getting all our expertise for free of cost, I think you can build a business. Okay, so if you're interested in that, you'll be finding a link just below the video. Why don't you go ahead, click the link and start building that online business today, wherein you can start having a global business, boundaryless, which you can build part-time, and slowly this can surpass your job salary also. So if you are interested in that, click on the link which is just below this video, and I welcome you to this world of entrepreneurship where you can do the business without leaving your current profession. So thank you so very much guys. I had tons of fun making this video for you. I hope you have added some value into your kitty from this video. So awesome guys, keep rocking and I'll see you inside.